Liverpool 1, Arsenal nil. Anybody who saw my video yesterday about Manchester United Burnley, I turned it off after 74th minute. It was terrible football. It was just absolutely awful. And Manchester United had opportunities. They had opportunities to score, to win the game. All good things, but for all intents and purposes, it was a chore to watch that game. This game, however, was a different animal. Okay, this was against two teams that actually played very, very well, and it was probably it was as even a game as you could possibly see between two teams who are at the top of their game, and the goal scored by Sablaski was off a free kick. So you knew any goal that was going to be scored in this game was going to come off a set piece or off a special play. It wouldn't be a situation where it was where it would come in the run of play. For Arsenal, Eze got into the game in like the last 20 minutes, made a cameo, did reasonably well, but not a lot you can do after in 20 minutes. Not a whole lot he could accomplish, but he still looked good and looked like a useful player for Arsenal. I thought that in the first half, Arsenal played better. Arsenal was a better team in the first half. I thought when I saw the lineup that Arteta put out, it was very conservative. It was Calafiore, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber in the back, Rice, Zubimendi, and Marino in the middle, and York IS, York IS, Madueke, and Martinelli in the front. It was a pretty conservative. But based on how the game, Liverpool really didn't put the ball in the Arsenal half in the penalty area in the first half, maybe once or twice. If Arsenal had shown a little bit more gumption, a little bit more bravery, they might have actually gotten a goal. Because Madueke looked pretty good in the first half and almost had a goal in the first half. Required a save by Allison, which was a good save by Allison, to be fair. But for all intents and purposes, Arsenal pretty much dominated. The second half was a different animal. The second half, Liverpool really controlled the game and pretty much worked the ball. They got Salah involved. And actually they had the ball in the back of the net in the 60-minute mark, but it was called back for offsides. All in all, for all intents and purposes, this was as even a game as you could possibly expect to see in the Premier League. These were two teams. These are two of the top teams. They're not Manchester City, who has fell to Brighton today. It's not Chelsea, who got, for whatever reason, a goal by Fulham called called off for a foul, which was not a foul. Really, these were the two best teams in the Premier League, as far as I'm concerned, and they showed it. It was a it took a special play by what's his name Sabasi. Like I said, I'm poor with names. Apologize for that. I that's why I have this thing. But Sabasi put it in, and it really, like I said, you really can't complain if you're Arsenal, and you can't complain if you're Liverpool. If Arsenal had managed to draw the game, there was a penalty kick possibility on Sabazli on the which near the end of the game they did a VAR check for a handball. But looking at it from my perspective, it would have been very, very poor if they had called that handball, because the ball just he knew nothing about it. It hit the upper part of his arm, And in my opinion, his arm was in a natural position, so it would have been harsh if they'd called a penalty. So on Zablowski, so good VAR officiating there. Now you had 3 shots on goal by Liverpool, 1 by Arsenal. 9 shots total by Liverpool, 11 shots by Arsenal, 10 fouls by Arsenal, 7 by Liverpool, 2 yellow cards apiece, no red cards, 8 corner kicks to Arsenal, 3 to Liverpool, and 1 save by Liverpool by Alisson and 2 saves by Raya. And I thought Raya had a good game as well. I thought both teams had. And the one thing that I think surprised me about Liverpool, based on their previous 2 games against Bournemouth and against Newcastle, is they really didn't play very well defensively, giving up goals. And especially Konate, who was very poor in those games. This day, Konate was fine. He was absolutely fine. Liverpool's defense was absolutely fantastic against Arsenal today. As good as Arsenal's was against Liverpool, Arsenal's was against Liverpool, which they were. Liverpool's was very good against Arsenal as well. In fact, we lost Saliba about 4 minutes into the game, and Mazwecki came in and did a fantastic job. This is what you have when you have depth on a team. But really, nothing to take out of it. Liverpool didn't dominate Arsenal. Arsenal didn't dominate Liverpool. From my perspective, this was a good game by 2 good solid teams. It took a special play, a good free kick, and which was unstoppable, a fantastic goal to end a fantastic game. But look, this is only the 3rd game of the season for Arsenal. You have 33 more to go, and so you have to tip your hat off to Liverpool. They won. It was at Anfield, a tough place to play, but really, for all intents and purposes, not disappointed by Arsenal's play. Very good game by both teams, and look forward to the next one in 2 weeks. Thanks for watching, and please click, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.